Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's big match at the home of SD De Haga and the Ish Silverbacks. We'd like to thank you for joining us and hope you have a really good evening as we see the teams walk out. We've got the Year 12s all in white with the black bands on their shoulders and the Year 13s in black with white bands. Your commentary team tonight is myself, Daniel Tremberth, and my colleague Paul Mandry. Both have worked with many of the players on show tonight in our roles as football coaches for the varsity football team here at Ish.
Yeah, we've got the cream of Ish footballing talent on display here tonight and Scanda. And there's really nothing like a midweek football match. The layer of mist, which hasn't come in, unfortunately. Rolling around the outfield, the unnecessary gloves and the glow of the floodlights, which again is not necessary at this particular moment in time, add magic to this occasion. So really, there is no magic. We're looking forward to a high standard of football and hope you also enjoy the game.
Quick run through of the teams. So the Year 12s led as manager by Nicholas. In goal, we've got Joachim. In defence, we've got Arthur, Alex, Scanda and Franchi. They're playing a 4-4-2 formation, which surprised us when we looked at the initial team sheet. But in centre midfield, we've got Hadar and Kobi. On left mid, we have Christian. Right mid, we have team captain JJ. So good they named him twice. And in the striker positions, we've got Lewis and Dimmy.
Can I just add at this stage that JJ, as captain, is a leader. He's inspirational. Well, at least that's what he says. Oh, sorry, Nicholas says. Year 13 running through the lineup. We've got Joris in goal, Boaz, Oliver, Lauren, and Tice in defence. Got Klaas, Victor, and Luca in midfield, with Ben, Barend, and Tom up top. So playing a classic Dutch 4-3-3, total football. Where do you think the game will be won or lost today, Mr. Tremberth?
I really am nervous about the midfield situation. I think the Year 13 team has got a wealth of experience there, arguably three of the best midfielders in the school. And I think that in that central part, although Hadar and Kobi have got a lot of experience that are developing exceptionally over the last 12 months, I fear that they are going to get overrun in that position and not going to be able to release those wide players, and that's going to end up with them getting very narrow, and the Year 13 wide players and the likes of Tom and Barend are really going to take advantage and punish that back line.
Right, and obviously a football match can't go ahead without the officials. So tonight officiating we have Mr. Ward, with assistant referees of Mr. Teal and Mr. Brennan.
Yeah, this is a brand new team. They've not refereed a game together before, but we've got experience from all over the world. Mr. Teal brings his experience from the country of Australia, Mr. Brennan from Ireland, and Mr. Ward from England. We know from previous games this season that Mr. Ward has a lot of respect in the game. His instructions to players are always clear and well thought out, although he has caused controversy with his interpretation of the handball rule. Lots of the coaches have been moaning about that and some of the penalty awards that have been given.
Right, and carrying the, luminous vests, we have Mr. Teal, who will be used to the surroundings here as he plays for De Haga, as his role of assistant, similar to how he is deployed at club level, hugging the line and getting dragged back into the fullback position. Mr. Brennan on the other line has a wealth of experience in many different forms of football, including Aussie rules and Gaelic football, so we'll be hoping he remembers which one he is officiating today. Right.
Unbelievably, Mr. Ward, the referee, has forgotten his watch. So I'm just going to take a moment to set my timer. How long are we playing? 30s. Okay. I will set that now.
Right, and we're off. JJ playing it back to Hadar. Vic already putting pressure on the defence. Who's that?
That's Dimmy.
Oh, that's Kobi. All right.
Who's number 2? Oliver.
Okay.
No, that's Frenchie. That's a good cross in from there. Nice headed down by Christian.
Joris with the ball, taking his time. Oh, long clearance.
That's not how we coached him to distribute the ball
Nope.
at varsity level. Needs to calm it down and bring his players into play. That's a late high
What
foot
has
there
he
from
called
JJ.
here? Oh, there's a bit of leadership from JJ with an early foul, setting his mark on the game.
Year 13 trying to take advantage of the running ball, but referee Mr. Ward calling that back to have a serious word with the inspirational leader JJ.
Mr. Ward having a chat here with Tyson JJ.
Boas looking dangerous on this left-hand side. He's looking as a good option to then release Barron down the wing.
Not seen Boas play football. He's renowned more as an athlete, isn't he?
Yeah, very, very quick over the 5 and 10 kilometres distance.
Oh, has he sent players off to get shin pads? That makes sense.
Looking as though Lauren will going to be delivering this one, so we're expecting a strong hit over the top for the likes of Ben, Tom, Victor and Barron to be running onto.
Okay,
accuracy here is
we're
going to be
play
a
on
good part.
As JJ is off getting shin pads. Vic on early.
Nudging the back from Franchi there. Referee says no.
Well, Vic did well to stay on his feet, actually. I mean, if he was playing for Chelsea, he almost definitely would have gone down.
Apparently we're not dealing with foul throws today.
Big cross.
That is a great header from Ben. Completely skipped away from the defenders. They really are going to have to pay attention to the movement that this young man has.
I was not denying that it was a good save there by Joachim in goal. Tom with the corner.
Barron looking to go short, but I think Tom's going to be sending him in. It's very rare that Tom takes a short option.
Plenty of movement, but not with the ball. Oh, there we go. Short option to Vic. Back to Tom. Cross coming in.
Not strong hands from the goalkeeper there, but JJ showing that leadership from the back and making that clearance. Tees unfortunately not able to... Oh, Class, I apologise. Class not able to keep control of the ball and runs that out for a goal kick. It's going to be interesting to see how Joachim plays in goal. I mean, that's a terrible clearance from that goal kick. He is an unknown property today. We've not seen him at any of the previous tryouts. So this is possibly a chance for him to show what he's capable of for next season.
Good touch by Barron there. Good tackle there by Haddad to win the ball from Vic. Ball good break to Barron, who again, with the year 13s breaking. That's miscontrol there by Christian. Tom with the ball, wealth of experience there. His 5th year playing varsity. It'll be interesting to see whether Skander can hold his discipline this game. At the moment, seems to be doing a good job, not diving in, holding the line. Class winning the ball back there.
Well, Cobby, I think, was trying to do... Oh, I'm not even sure what he was trying to do there. It's quite difficult to explain.
Right, 10 minutes in. Not a lot of action. Oh, sorry, 4 minutes in. Seems like longer.
I think the flow of the game is as I was expecting, Paul. The year 13's dominating possession and the year 12's finding it difficult to break out. I think Nicholas as manager is really going to have to think about how his defenders use the midfield and how they spread the ball around. The strikers are far too deep and there's just not that option to break away. That is a terrible challenge from Ben, but good sportsmanship as he gets up and shakes Dimmy's hand. Here's the first opportunity for Alex to get on the ball. Alex playing centre half for the year 12 teams. Interestingly, playing against his older brother in the year 13 team, Barrand. Not only bragging rights between year groups, but bragging rights between families being fought over today.
So who do you think is the favourite son in that family? It's a clearing header by Lauren. Vic with another nice overhead clearance. Christian on the ball. Class challenging. It's a loose ball. Luca picking up early. Looking to release. Hadar's not playing badly in the middle here. Getting his challenges in.
Hadar still hasn't bought that new pair of football boots from last season. You can see the tape coming loose around the back.
I mean, to be fair, one of his excuses for not turning up for the last trainings was that he'd left his football boots on the tram, so clearly somebody found them, went, oh yeah, great, a new pair of football boots, and then just decided they didn't want them, considering the state they're in.
Good talking from Barrand on the left-hand side. Is he going to use Boas? No, he's choosing advance pass onto Victor. Poor control by Victor, unusual there. Skander showing that strength that he's got, but he just needs to make sure he keeps it under control.
Class winning the ball in midfield, getting Luca. Luca looking up. Always looking to play a positive ball, Luca. Look on the ball again. Getting the ball across to Ben. Clearance there by Arthur, half cleared, fully cleared there by Skander. But look, oh, is that Lewis running the ball there? All right, Lauren showing his strength.
Noticing some changes in the year 12 midfield setup already. Looks as though Christian has moved to a more central position, almost at the top of a diamond. Hadar sitting a bit deeper with JJ and Cobby just that little bit wider. Already acting upon what we were talking about at the start, needs to go that little bit narrower to deal with the strength in that year 13 midfield.
It's Cobby showing his strength there. Knocking
Tice?
I don't think, was that Tice? Possibly. Over, but Tice, no, that wasn't Tice, that was whoever it was winning the free kick anyway.
Oh, Oliver.
Oh, was it Oliver?
Oliver's the other lad at the back, isn't he?
Number 13. Okay, I'll make note of that because these numbers we were supplied are all wrong. How they expect us to do our job professionally when they cannot supply the correct information.
We've got an early change for the year 13 team. Boas leaving the field to be replaced by number 12.
Kiro.
Not sure whether that's a tactical change or whether there's an injury there. I'd be surprised if Boas was simply tired.
Right. How can I smile when you're in the way? Sorry, we've just got people in the way here trying to watch the game, can't see, so hence we went a bit quiet. All right, so we've got another corner here to the F13s with Tom again to take it. Luca going short. Tom getting people to go into the middle. Vic going short again.
That's almost the exact same move as last time. I mean, whoever's commanding that defence really needs to pay attention to this. Can't help but notice that the black strip of the year 13s is causing a little bit of a clash with the referees tonight.
So Lauren sliding in as Christian was making a darting run there. We've got a substitution happening, and that looks like Camillo, the ultimate utility player, coming on. Again, shin pad issue. Barrand attempting to do something, not sure what. Cobby having the ball on the edge of the 18. Getting a shot away early. JJ getting the ball. It's gone to the corner we can't actually see.
I'm presuming it's interesting down there.
Yeah,
but,
there must be something happening down there because we can't actually see what's going on.
The crowd have crowded round almost. Some good strength from Lewis there, laying it off for Christian. And I'm not going to say that's a typical shot from Christian, but I would go so far as to say that is exactly how I see him shoot every time.
Yep, if you've ever seen Christian train, the old adage of you play or you train how you play, that is exactly how Christian trains.
Lauren looking to offer the short option here. We've got options at fullback, but Joris again choosing to ignore that and go down the centre. Good control by JJ, escaping the challenge of Camillo.
Is Camillo wearing a snood?
I believe so.
Right, class winning the ball.
I mean, arguably I wanted this to be a good game, but now feel that the Year 13s must start on -2 for that fashion choice.
All right, the Year 12's threatening there. Luca calm in possession.
I think arguably that change of Christian moving to the centre and coming that little bit narrower from Year 12 has really helped them dominate a little bit more in in the midfield and see a little bit more of the ball going forward.
I would suggest it was an unnecessary jewellery choice by JJ, as we can see his necklace hanging out there. That's something you might need to think about. Arthur chasing Tom in the corner. Tom trying to step over. Arthur holding his step, which is good. Holding his position, which is good, because normally the advice to Arthur is don't dive in. Baron shooting. Joachim making the save.
So we're almost at the halfway stage during this half, and I think it's been, after a dominant first 5 minutes from the Year 13s, the Year 12s have really started showing up. Year 13 really need to start communicating a little bit more and using some of the simple passes, playing it long far too often. As again, the Year 13s go long and lose the ball. Great interception by Victor to play Baron through.
Baron crossing early. Behind the runners.
Good interception by Arthur, stopping Camillo from going onto the end. Tom with a wild strike.
That'd be Hadar's boot, so we now have a bit of Hadar's boot.
We will be auctioning that part of Hadar's boot off after the game.
JJ's necklace.
If you'd like to contribute, so as I was saying, if you'd like to contribute to trying to raise money by buying some of Hadar's boot, then you'll be getting the rear heel of the boot, 4 studs and some duct tape.
Good tackle, Skander!
Right, one of the reasons why we're here is to put to bed this rivalry that Year 13 and 12 have over football. At the moment, that's not really being put to bed as such, is it?
It really hasn't.
There's a misplay by Skander there, playing out the back. Vic on it early, laying it out to the sideline for a throw-in.
With the experience in the Year 13 team, I think they're taking these Year 12s far too lightly. Rushing balls and not playing the basics that they've been working on for the last 4 or 5 years, some of them.
Yep.
It's a good little layoff from Lewis to Dimmy, who plays it back to JJ.
JJ losing
Risk trying to cut inside against Victor there. Really should have gone down the line. Vic showed him that, knew exactly where he was going to go. Good recovery from JJ there, winning the ball back.
Tom trying a bit too much. Oh, a bit too casual at the back there by Tice, was that? Hadar. Oh, great ball through to Dimmy.
Excellent challenge by Lauren there. And that's something the Year 12 is going to find really, really difficult. Lauren has really excelled over the last year as a footballer. I think his only main issue is spending too much in the gym and bulking up too much that he is struggling to last the full games.
So it's a corner here to the Year 12s. Not sure who's taking it because people in the way. Christian meeting it on the volley, followed by Alex.
No, 15 minutes gone.
Vic was just asking about the time there, and
I don't know the time.
Loading! Loading!
Change of the forward line for the year 12s. It looks like they've taken Lewis off and replaced him with Yiston.
oh, he's not on our list.
He wasn't on the initial team sheet. This is possibly a Ronaldo moment from the 1994 World Cup. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Well, it turns out Yiston is playing.
I think he was one of the success stories from the varsity football team this year, new to the school. I mean, apart from losing the ball at Ash, I think he's done a pretty good job and led the forward line pretty well. Strong challenge there by Alex.
In the breakup of all of that, we've failed to notice that an interesting substitute change by the year 13s, bringing on their reserve goalkeeper Matthias for appearance in centre half. Now, in the recent tournament at the school, Matthias, while playing in goal, was once able to take on the entirety of the opposition of 7 and striking the ball against the post. It was very, very impressive, only ruined by his terrible shooting ability.
Interestingly, the Year-13s have got 3 goalkeepers on the field at the moment, so hopefully they remember who was actually in goal at that particular moment in time. Matthias is playing very deep, actually, which is interesting, positionally. That's ball in by Tom, claimed by the goalkeeper, a bit of a wasted chance there. Again, the Year-12s go long. Dimmy getting under control, good touch.
Given far too much space there to bring that ball down.
JJ taking on Lauren. I think he might have to think about coming back at this stage.
I'm presuming it was a good challenge by Lauren, but, you know, once again, the overexcited crowd blocking the view. You'd have thought a venue of this stature would have terracing and maybe barriers. Oh no, there are barriers. It's just everybody stood in front of them.
Headed by Matthias. Oh, that was almost a Andy Robertson moment there for Lauren as he collects the ball.
Ooh, this is bouncing around in the year 13 penalty area. Nobody is taking control here.
That's for a corner.
Yep. I hope it was recording because that wasn't the right setting.
The test seemed to work earlier.
Alright.
So maybe you've just now ruined it.
Oh no, this is an iPhone. Okay, in that case, this one's the right one. Okay.
Apparently some running... So if the commentary runs out at this stage, we apologise. It's not our fault. It was the technician who just turned up. All right, Mr. Brennan here on the sideline, taking a keen interest in the game with his arms folded, his flag under his arms.
During the test, it's the same one as during the test, right? You never change it.
Ball comes across, and it's Camillo challenging Tom, the year 13s, going out to Christian. Is that Barron with the ball, laying it off to Chira, was that? Yiston on the ball. Oh, poor ball, loose ball, going to Class releasing Barron. Barron coming into Camillo. That's a poor touch by Camillo.
Yeah, again, it's this rushing that the year 13s are doing. They're really not taking their time and moving the ball simply.
So probably finding Christian. Christian taking an easy option back to Alex. Alex coming out wide. It's good play. All right. Unfortunately, that was a miscontrol by JJ.
We'd like to be telling you about what's going on, but apparently the camera team are more important. Free kick to the year 12s.
Don't know what for, but it's a free kick.
Alex over the ball again. He's got a big kick on him, but I'd really like to see them actually moving the ball around. They've not had much joy going this way.
Class
Well
with the
read
header.
by Class.
Arthur on the ball, cutting back inside. Tom on the ball, trying. What do you call that? A paninka? Didn't really come off for him there. Arthur with the ball. This will be an interesting throw. Oh, manages to keep it fair. Camillo laying back to Tom.
Can't help but feel Hadar fell over there because of the lack of the rear of his football boot.
Right, Vic looking for Camillo.
Oh, that was terrible control by Skander. He was lucky that it wasn't a proper forward running onto that chance.
That definitely looked like handball by Barron. Yes, Mr. Ward, the referee, has picked that up.
What do you make of the new interpretation of the handball rule, Mr. Andrew?
Well, there's the thing. All right, back in my day, it was just, ball to hand, hand to ball, whatever. But now it's just randomly if it hits your hand. I think it's a bit ridiculous. Cobby on the ball, strong.
Taking advantage of the complete lack of communication from the year 13s there. That's a great strike and miscontrol by Joris, but fortunately able to collect it.
How do you feel about the new handball rule there, Mr. Tremblay?
I feel as though it has been dominated by making VAR work rather than making football better.
Oh, Barron on the ball, turning. Who's that? JJ cleaning up there. Seeing a bit of his leadership there. Yiston making the ball through to Cobby. Lauren again there, cleaning up. One of the things that impresses me about Lauren is his pace, his recovery pace. All right. It'll be interesting to see if any changes what chat the managers have for their players at half time. I mean, is there any advice that you'd be giving the teams?
Well, I think we've talked about the year 13s a fair bit, Paul. They're just trying to make things overly complicated. Go for the impressive rather than simple. They've got the skills, they've got the ability to move the ball around this year 12 team and really capitalise on it.
All right, that's Vic releasing Barron. Barron losing out to Alex there. One can only imagine that miscontrol or that mishit there by Hadar may again be caused by his lack of bootage. Cobby and Tom challenging in the middle there. Has Tom moved back a bit into the midfield?
It's a dangerous part of Tom's game, isn't it? He gets frustrated as he plays if he doesn't see the ball and then ends up dropping in looking for the ball, and it really changes the shape of the team and they end up losing options.
All right, Christian being challenged by Vic. Oh, it breaks to Yiston. Yiston crossing to Cobby. Cobby having a great shot on target. Another good save there by Joris. All right,
really important there to collect the fumble. Christian was ready to pounce.
Yes, defensively the year 13s are a bit all over the place. Something they need to really think about. Camillo failing to get the better of Skander there. Christian on the ball once more. Matthias cutting out, intercepting there. Camillo unable to keep the ball from going out.
I feel as though Victor has been quiet in this game. He's got the ability to take this game by the scruff of the neck and really take it on as
That's an interesting ball there by Christian. Oh, relying on the inability of Matthias to make a clearance there. And that was...
I can't help but feel that Matthias's goalkeeping practice came and confused him there. As he kind of went to go with his hands and then realised he wasn't in goal.
We haven't seen much from Mr. Teal on the other side there.
Can he not use his hands?
Mr. Brennan, the assistant referee on this side, confusing football for Aussie rules.
Possibly just needing to clarify the rules a little bit more, which is interesting as he is the assistant referee. Cobby with the ball across. Class putting the ball out for another corner. Putting the ball out for another corner. That could have possibly gone anywhere.
I really do think that the year 13s were expecting this to be an easier game, and 25 minutes in have really been rattled by the composure of this year 12 team.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Surely that should be one of your jobs. Again, we're talking about the job that he should be doing with one of the assistant referees here. Oh, Matthias flying in. Alex. No, that wasn't Alex, that was Arthur. Oh, bit of high feet all over the place, and it was a knee clear. Cushion on the ball once more. That was Chiro
Very
clearing.
simple by Kiro there to get the ball out of play.
Right, comes back in again. Lauren flying across, and that has gone out for another throw in, I think, to the year 13s. Well, Vic.
I've got to admit, since the first 5 minutes, I can't help but feel that the year 13s really haven't challenged that front line. I think the Tom dropping into midfield more has really lost them an attacking option as they've changed to Ben and Camilo to lead the line.
They don't even seem to be playing a diamond. It's kind of like a flat four, isn't it? Oh no, Lucas seems to have dropped in.
Another change for the year 13s as Boas shows his flexibility by coming on in the right back position.
Oh. Ben, who during the trials for the varsity football team unfortunately broke his arm, or broke his hand, looking to show what he can do on the football field. Tom chasing back there, Dimi beating Chiro to the ball. Oh, Matthias flying in again. Cobby laying it off for Yiston. Yiston cutting back in, giving it back to Dimi. Dimi getting the shot off. Christian against Boaz in the left back corner. Oh, nice little touch there by Luca. Tom looking to release early again.
Was there an inkling of hands there? Did Alex bring that down as a...
I think that was fairly legitimate. Vic on the ball. Playing back to Tom.
As the ball rolls out of play from a wayward pass.
I believe that Demi did get the last touch on that. Yes, Mr. Brennan's confirmed that.
I just noticed that the year 12s have brought on leading goal scorer for the varsity team this year, Karain. Little disappointed to see that he is wearing trousers for this football game. Are they tights? I think he might be wearing tights.
But he's loose here. He's free. Cutting across. Actually, it's a good thing that Karain did get on because he is likely to claim a goal. Regardless whether he's on the field or not, he'll probably claim it as his own. But yes, I am a bit disappointed that he is wearing tracksuit pants. So, I mean, I guess that makes it even with Camilo Snood.
So, we're in agreement then. Currently, the score is -2, -2.
I think so, yes. The only thing I can say is I'm very thankful that no one is wearing gloves apart from the goalkeepers, because that would just be about it, really. All right, Hadar and Luca fighting, challenging for the ball there. Yiston laying it off. Luca intercepting there. Camilo. Cleared by Arthur. Who's that? Oh, Lewis has come back on. Laying off to Cobby. Cobby doing a step over, taking Lauren on. Lauren again, showing that recovery pace that he has. Oh,
so I think, does that mean Lewis is... Oh, they've taken Dimmy off, haven't they?
Yes.
I think Dimmy showed what he's capable of in that first 25 minutes.
Yeah, Ben getting caught in possession there and then fouling Hadar. And
just going to notify Mr. Brennan that he can communicate to Mr. Ward that there are 5 seconds till half time. Oh,
there was a bit of drama in there, but Mr. Ward has called the free kick for Yoris in goal there.
Ian!
That was Mr. Trembeth shouting into my ear and the microphone.
Aren't they using your charger?
He's not heard, has he?
No.
He's not heard.
So I think we're playing extra injury time here. Did you stop the watch for?
I presume we're playing injury time at the moment, although I don't
recall any injuries. I mean, apart from JJ.
Oh, we had this talking to with.
The Shimpad. The Shimpad.
We did have Shimpad Gate. You are correct, Shimpad Gate. I can only presume that this is going to be the last attack of the half.
Wouldn't it be a thing if the Year 12 scored? Great ball by Hadar.
He just has a cultured right foot.
Yes, it could even be better if he had an entirety of a boot upon it.
Coffee break, gentlemen.
Well, that was Shy pretending to offer us coffee, just to be sure, just to be clear that he did not actually give us coffee.
Take it up with the executive of the HENOSIS. Those guys are the official partners of the UEFA. Oh, here's one of them. Coffee.
And that is half time. Changing goal for the Year 13 team as Matthias, who was playing centre half in the first period, has replaced Yoris. It's an interesting battle for goalkeepers this year with the varsity team. Three exceptional goalkeepers were competing for ultimately one position. Complaints about football is common at this level of football. Any excuse to cover for their own lack of ability.
Oh, here we go. The ball's back again. All right, the most expensive ball in Ish history. All right, so talking about the rule interpretations here. Christian laying the ball back. A very sporting hand there by Victor.
You say laid it back. I mean, it did look like a Christian shot. I mean, it wasn't on target.
No, to be fair, it wasn't 10 feet over the bar.
That is true. That is true. Good headering clearance by Arthur. Hadar trying to bring that down, but Barron getting it under control. Couple of little hooks at Barron's ankles there by Hadar. Right decision to give the free kick there.
Again, can we blame his lack of footwear? Vic with the ball. Oh, that's not a very good ball. Ben looking to lay it up
Interesting
early.
change by the manager of the Year 12 team, Nicholas. Would appear that he has moved attacking right winger Yiston to right back.
Has he? Oh yes, he has too.
Karine and Lewis continuing the forward line there. Karine still wearing tights.
Mr. Brennan not entirely convincing with his flag work.
Good clearance by Hadar. For more of a clearance rather than a through ball that he was possibly hoping for.
Matthias clearing early again, bypassing the midfield. Which
Barron
has been the
managing to take advantage of 1 minute poor footwork by Alex there.
But it's been kind of the theme of the first half, as the Year 13s just bypassing the midfield, which arguably is their strength, and kicking the ball long. Another example of it there. So Luca on the ball, laying it off. Hadar once again there. I think Hadar's played a very good game today. Christian breaking, crying. Oh, Mr. Brennan being called into action for the first time.
I'm not sure how much Mr. Brennan was reacting to the player's call or keeping up with play himself there.
What was your assessment of the refereeing so far?
I think we've kind of got the refereeing that we were expecting. Mr. Ward tries to let play continue as much as possible, and I think some of the players aren't used to that.
Lots of chat, which is important. Who's that? Luca on the ball again. Oh, Hadar once again mishitting the ball. Christian.
I always find it's really difficult to sum Luca up as a footballer. I mean, he's clearly an exceptional talent, possibly with crosses between a young Ozzy Ardiles and Archie Gemmell.
YouTube Archie Gemmell. Oh, what was the famous Archie Gemmell goal?
He scored a few against England in his time.
Yeah, but there was one that was an absolute cracker.
I always remember the Kenny Dalglish goal where he megged his Liverpool teammate Ray Clements in a famous victory for Scotland at Wembley Stadium.
Oh,
that's a late
Hadar
challenge by Hadar there,
oh,
but ref let him play go, as he is wont to do.
Barron looking to put the ball across. Tom heading the ball, flicking through for Luca. Hadar once again there, closing Luca down. Mr. Brennan getting a closer look at the action. Oh, ball's coming across. I think it may have gone out for a goal kick.
Five minutes into the second half, and still just the opening 5 minutes of play where we'd say that the Year 13s were dominant. Year 12s really coming back in, but no clear chances apart from the scramble in front of the Year 13 goal.
Oh, and whoever's it was header in the first 2 minutes on the Year 12.
Ah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Teal Mr. Teal has seen enough. He's had enough. He's packed it in.
We've got a change in the officiating team.
I don't think it's an injury. I think it's just an interest. I think he's just completely lost interest in the game. I mean, to be fair, there isn't a lot happening. So he's off, Mr. Teal. And we've got, who is that?
That's Alex with the. Oh, are you on about the new
assistant referee?
New assistant referee. Absolutely no idea.
Well, hopefully he's got more of an idea about the rules than Mr. Brennan.
Victor with 5 minutes left to play, really looking to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Wayward pass to Luca there.
Boaz closing JJ down, JJ laying it back to Euston. Unaccustomed as I am to see him at right back. Who's that? Tice again, and that is Lauren with a classic Lauren clearance, and then following it up with another one, which conveniently worked out well for him. And then and then Matthias putting it out where it came from.
I think it's safe to say that the game has been played in the right spirit so far. People enjoying it. It's real credit to the HENOSIS team here at Ish who have taken the steps to organise it.
Oh, Anderson!
Oh!
Who was that? That was Ben Humphreys after a run by Tom. But once again, hard to tell because we have spectators standing in front of us. But I think that was a great run by Tom, laying it across for Ben. That was Ben, wasn't it?
It was. Right place, right time. Darting run in there by Tom Drake, really showing that experience. He can be a patient footballer at time, and playing a perfect ball through for Ben to toe poke over the line.
Oh no, is that Barron possibly going off limping?
Yeah, he was stretching himself on the halfway line a few moments ago in the build-up to that play.
Unfortunately, that is something that had blighted his varsity season last year. Was a poor run of injuries. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Daniel, I expected a female referee, so we would beat the Champions League.
That's some random commentator at the back, some random spectator at the back here. Right, so the intensity has lifted somewhat from the Year 13s, and there seems to be a bit more intensity about their play. They're very keen to get on with the game now. So hopefully you know, the old adage is that what this game needed was a goal, and hopefully that is true in this case as well. Oh, another opportunity, probably a clearer opportunity than what he just scored for Ben.
Ben just underneath that one, and then it dropped to first half goalkeeper Joris.
Oh, he's on.
He was trying to put the ball in at the back post, but just misjudged how it was coming down.
So once again, Year 13s have 3 goalkeepers on the pitch.
And that will be the last we'll see of Vic, possibly in Silverbacks jersey, as he is in Year 13 and will be making his way to university next year.
Oh.
Slight nudge in the back there by Cyril, is it?
No, 13, that's Oliver.
Oh, is that Oliver?
Maybe. All right, Lewis taking the ball, giving it to Dimmy. Arthur on the ball, bit of composure needed here. Great ball by Arthur into Hadar. Hadar keeping control.
I really do feel that although possibly at times moving the ball too much, the Year 12s have moved the ball much better than the Year 13s.
They have. So Christian once more on the ball, giving it leg into Cobby.
Wow, that was good.
An interesting play there by Cobby. Ball going out on the far side. Camillo to take the ball, to take the throw in. Year 13's looking to take advantage by creeping up the sideline a little bit. Luca on the ball. Probably challenging there.
It'll be interesting to see how the Year 13 step up now Victor isn't on the tip.
No. Oh, Lauren taking over here. Big throw here with his massive chest, clearly been to the gym. Was it leg day today, Lauren? And now he's out of position because he took that throw.
Good defensive clearance there by Boas to Tom. Tom looking to play it down the line. Looks like Teese is trying to run onto the end of that, but it's just a little ahead of him. You'd have thought the goalkeeper would have taken that in his hands there.
Was he out of his area? It's hard to tell from here.
Difficult angle to tell from the gantry that we're on tonight.
Oh, Luca looking to organise the defence a bit more. Are they playing 5 at the back, the Year 13s? Boaz, Lauren, Chiro, Oliver.
It's either a 5 or a very, very deep holding midfielder, because it looks as though Class isn't on the pitch at the minute, so maybe Teese is filling in that role.
No, perhaps, yes. I'm still coming to terms with Yiston playing at right back. He's doing a pretty good job there, might solve a defensive.
It's another string to his bow for next season.
Arthur, tidy once more. Oh, probably releasing Dimmy. Looks like Dimmy might have listened to your advice and stayed wide on the line there, but cleared by Chiro. Onto Camillo, Camillo turning. Taking a bit too much time on the ball. And then committing a foul. Kind of sums up his game today, really, doesn't it?
It really, really does. I think Hadar might think that this is his territory.
Quite possibly. One thing that I'm curious to know, or curious about, is how long before Joris is absolutely knackered?
I would say 4 minutes ago.
Quite possibly.
Oh, Hadar lofting it in. There's a chance here. There was a defensive clearance by Luca there, and then Hadar slipping while challenging Joris again because of his lack of quality footwear.
In fact, he probably would have been better off if he'd left it on the, you know, they had not returned it after he'd left his boots on the train. Right, here we have a throw in the Year 13 right back corner. Not sure who's taking it. Who is that? We're commentators, not scorekeepers.
Is that 21-0?
Yep.
Oh, possibly stood showing there, but referee choosing to play on a little bit of.
Oh, Luca again getting a bit stuck in. I think someone needs to just tell Luca there to calmer. Calmer, Luca. Right, Alex once more on the ball, looking long. Dimmy fighting with Tyster, and Lauren beautifully clearing for a corner there.
It seems a strange one to keep hitting this long ball over the top. There isn't a lot of height in that forward line for the year 12s, and they're really not getting a lot of joy out of it.
Maybe they're just hoping to rely on the inexperienced backline of the year 13 team there, and the fact that Lauren is possibly prone to, shinning the ball over his own keeper's head at some stage. Oh, Matthias shells it. No, Marion recovers.
Very lucky to recover the ball there, and again, just a rushed clearance.
Yeah, but no composure
thought
was
process
needed
on what's going on.
Unfortunately, everybody had pulled back, so there's no out-and-out strike at all. Ben and Tom challenging each other there, even though they're on the same team. Camilla and Skander.
Absolutely no communication at all.
Well, that was it for the Joris. It was either how long before he's knackered or how long before he commits his first foul. And there we go, Joris committing his first foul. Possibly due to his tiredness. Oh, Luca clearing.
Better option from Alex there, but yeah, well read by Luca to clear it. Yiston looking to move the ball around. Offside flag raised. Lewis just needs to watch that line. Very, very well organised by Lauren at the back there. He's got a good voice on him. We approach the halfway point in the second half. Things starting to settle back into that kind of stale habit of the first half. Some of the bluster of the year 13s from that goal, leaving them as some of the tactical changes come into place.
It's a long clearance there by Lauren. Joris again using his physicality to put himself about, unfortunately illegally. Mr. Ward not intimidated by the size of Joris there, even though there's probably a good head between them.
Change of approach there with Skander taking the big long hit over the top that time. Ooh. Wayward defensive clearance under no pressure there by, I think, Oliver.
We're going to go with Oliver.
Yeah, it came out like that.
Oh, that was a nice flick on there by Tice, but unfortunately it's gone the wrong way. Cobby on the ball.
Possible that our furthest viewer today is all the way in Switzerland. Nuria Benitez, a former teacher at Ish.
Alex on the ball. Composure. Hadar out wide. Challenged by Luca. Throw in to year 13. Once again taken by Oliver. Luca flicking it on. Arthur getting the ball under control.
Composure again from Arthur. He's really been a level head in that back position this week.
Camillo once more, but this time releasing the ball early. Tom, where he can do some damage out wide, but not on this occasion. Yiston challenging him, closing him down, playing it through to Lewis. Again, Lauren there to carry it, to cut it out. Luca and Hadar have had a good battle in that ding-dong battle even in the midfield. And once again cleared by the year 13s. I must say that Mr. Brennan has been had to employ his luminescent vest a lot more the second half. Good throw there by Arthur. Hadar getting under control, laying it back to Cobby. Cobby laying back to Skander. Skander once again relying on a mistake from the year 13s as they put the ball long again. The year 12s. Christian hasn't seen the ball as much in the second half. Matthias missing the ball.
Wayward from the goalkeeper there. A great finish by Dimmy.
Equaliser.
The year 13 defence trying to claim there was a foul on the goalkeeper there, but I'm afraid, I'm sorry Matthias, it was just horrendous goalkeeping.
Really, if you're going to go for it, you've got to claim it. Bit of confusion there, I think.
It'll be interesting to see how the year 13s cope with this setback. They've got a much smaller bench, and with the loss of Victor and Barron to injury, they haven't got a lot of options in that forward line. 2021. No? Do you want it 21-all? Oh, it would appear that hamstrings are an issue for the Donkerschlott family.
No, it looks like Crab. I mean, he's only been playing for what, 40 minutes and cramping out. That's not right. Either he's something wrong with something deficient in his diet, or needs to do a bit of warm up. Oh.
As we approach the final 10 minutes of play, the year 13s resorting to type and playing it long, completely missing out the midfield.
That is definitely a back five. As they lined up for that kickoff, it was a back five for the year 13. Class is back on, winning the ball there in midfield. Looking to release Luca, and the ball running out for a goal kick. One thing I hope that does not happen is that we take this game into extra time, because I don't know how much more I can bear of this.
Yeah, if we look at some of the better moments from the first half from year 12, those moments came with Hadar and Christian on the ball. I think it's important they bring those a bit more back into the game. But they have played the whole game so far, and they might start to tire as we approach the last 10 minutes. It's a good ball over the top by Lewis. That's,
I think,
it's a very dangerous challenge there. Be interested to see how the referee interprets this. Joris might need to go back into goal after that one.
I think so. Matthias is down. Is there an official first aider here that could possibly go on and check on Matthias?
Official first aider? I don't know. I think he got kicked in the head. There's one thing that can definitely be said about Matthias' goalkeeper. He's a brave goalkeeper. He doesn't duck out of challenges.
I think Dimmy might need to be a bit careful with his challenges from here on and getting a bit of a talking to. Oh, I think Mr. Ward might be brandishing a card of some description. Oh no, a yellow card to Dimmy, which I think in the circumstances is a fair result.
Very, very much so. It looks as though this is going to be the end of Matthias' game today, which is a real shame.
All right, so the game's going to restart with a free kick in the year 13.
I'd really like to see one of the year 13 fullbacks showing as an option here to build the play up. But returning to type, long ball over the top, and unsurprisingly, the almost twice as tall Yiston wins the ball in the air against Luca. It's not to say Luca isn't good in the air. He's got a couple of good headers over his last 2 years in the varsity team. But not really expecting a positive outcome for him there.
Right, Scanner take a throw at the far side.
It would appear that Scander's really starting to maybe lose focus a little bit here. He's playing centre half, but he's taking over fullback duties, and he wants to make sure that he doesn't get too much dragged out of space.
Oh, Luca winning the ball, breaking free, laying it off to Camillo, who loses out to Cobby, who loses out to the sideline. Camillo with an early ball through to Barron. Barron cutting back, laying it through to Camillo once more.
Nice little 1-2
nice.
by Christian there. Cobby
Dimmy
releasing
out
Dimmy
wide.
down the wide.
Laying it back. That was Oliver clearing for a throw-in. Right, that's another throw-in for the year 13s. Let's see if Lauren can have a better result this time, because once again he's playing centre back, taking throw-ins, doesn't want to be out of position. Lauren once again being employed for his long throw ability. Let's hope he doesn't get caught out of position once more. I feel like I've saying that 3-4 times now.
Camille showing his versatility by dropping in at centre half for a bit.
Tom committing a foul there on Cobby. Relieving the pressure, albeit the small amount of pressure that the year 13s were building up. Alex once more on the ball.
And adding to the magic of the occasion, the floodlights on some of the other pitches here are being turned on. I think some of the players are starting to show a little bit of tiredness, which is disappointing. Hopefully we'll have a result with inside the 60 minutes. Again, another foul throw that we're not going to penalise.
There's a big chance. Ben Humphreys allowing it to bounce off his thighs, pushing him out wide, and challenged there by Arthur. Can't really see what's going on now, but it apparently is a throw into the year 13s.
Really was a great through ball by Lewis to Dimmy for that goal, which is surprising seeing as though he finds it so difficult to find bus stops. Seems to have a slow up of players. The year 13s are looking to try something.
Is it Lauren once more?
Good defensive clearance by Alex.
Bit of a push in the back there by Teese. Picked up there by Mr. Ward, the referee.
Good recovery from Class there.
Laying it wide to Camillo. Camillo's... Ooh.
Camillo showing why his favoured position is goalkeeper, but with a little bit of versatility.
Once again, Hadar hitting the deck. Alex showing a bit of composure on the ball, giving it to Hadar. Hadar laying it back to Yiston.
I think if the year 13s
great ball
are
by
going to
Yiston to release Cobby on the right, sorry. The year 13's left. Nice recovery there by Class.
I mean, the year 12s are able to just keep putting pressure on the year 13s at the minute because they continue to play the ball long, but actually their forward line isn't pushing the defence of the year 12s back.
Oh, great save by Matthias from a nice hit there from JJ. After good lead-up play there by Hadar. One can only imagine how much better Hadar would have been with a full complement of shoe. There is what appears to be a corner, I think.
Yeah, Hadar's on it. We'll see if he falls over again.
That's a great cross. Well, good header there by
Dimmy.
Was that Dimmy?
Was Dimmy. Yiston tracking back and just putting enough pressure on Barron to make sure he's able to come away with the ball. Simple ball down the line for JJ.
Into Christian, but Christian loses out to Class. Camillo through to Boaz. Boaz pushing forward. That is a horrendous touch. Oh, but he recovers it. If he can get the ball, no, dear. He had options out wide.
But he saw the opportunity, he took it, and unfortunately, it was straight at the goalkeeper.
Luca winning the free kick there from JJ. Class on the ball. Yisson cut the ball out. Oh.
Christian trying to bomb on to support the attack here. Good ball over top. Can Christian get onto the end of it?
Oh.
Lauren just showing some strength there.
And Christian.
It's fortunate that Christian missed the top corner again, as the referee had blown for a free kick anyway. It would have been a shame if his only goal this season had been disallowed.
Oh, Christian.
And Christian's been a really good addition to the school community. Fortunately, he's also brought his sister with him, who has lit up the varsity football team. Hopefully next year, Christian will be able to do the same.
It's interesting that there's a couple of varsity boys on the varsity boys team who's arguably not the best footballer in their family. Christian being one, Arthur being another, because I believe his twin sister Delphine is also a very good footballer in their own right. Klaas winning the ball there from Yiston, laying through to Luca. Luca, he's going to have a go. Oh, no.
It's a risky challenge by JJ there that I think he's got away with. Referee holding up play for...
I think is that Barron gone down again?
Barron's gone down again, yeah.
Cramping up this time, I think.
We mentioned the likes of Christian's sister and Arthur's sister. It's a real shame that, as good an event this is, that the HENOSIS team didn't think to consider the year 13 and year 12 girls.
We've got somebody come on. Who's this? Is that Nell? No, who is that? Oh, Crine's back on. Camillo making a turn there, laying it through to Luca. Luca.
So, 1-1 is the full-time score. A goal for each team. Clearly both scored by Karine. But I think the second half much better than the first.
Well, unfortunately, it hasn't put the rivalry to bed because on the day, no one won, and I don't even think football was the winner. Oh, there's some discussion.
There seems to be some discussions about whether there'll be a penalty shootout to put the rivalry to bed. Oh, it's noticeable that...
Oh, Hadar.
After the debate over whether you can change goalkeepers, we've now got another debate. Are you allowed to change boots between the end of the game and taking the penalties? Because Hadar has definitely made a boot change.
I assume that he's going to be one of the penalty takers then.
While we wait for the penalty shootout, I think it's worth having a quick chat about who you thought your man of the match was today. I mean, it was a game of little quality.
I'd say one of the standouts for me was Hadar in the year 12 team. He seemed to be holding it together in the midfield there, keeping it simple. I mean, who knows how much better he could have been with, as I've mentioned, a full complement of boot.
Yeah, there was a lot of responsibility put on Hadar by the manager there. He had to control, shepherd, build the attacks while also controlling and shepherding that defensive line. So it's a really exceptional performance from somebody on such young shoulders. It'd be interesting to see how he does next season and whether he tries out for varsity. As Mr. Mandry's man of the match steps up to take the first penalty, clearly commentator's kiss of death would suggest that he is going to miss.
Yes, with his shiny new white. But whose boots are they? They're yours, Colin.
No.
They're not.
JJ has mine.
So JJ has Colin's boots. We're not sure whose boots Hadar is wearing, but
So just to clarify there for viewers, the excellent leadership of JJ, so good they named him twice, who forgot his boots.
shin pads.
for the day when he had to step up as leader. Do we have an official watching to see if the goalkeeper's coming off his line?
Yeah, looks like Mr. Brennan is on the sideline there. And
Commentators kiss of death did come true. I mean, it was a good penalty down to the corner, but you know, there is a reason why the year 13 substituted Camillo into the goal at this point.
I'm not.
The Porto Academy as a goalkeeper.
He's currently on the books at Sparta of Rotterdam.
I'm not 100% sure the celebrations by Ben Humphries there were entirely called for, especially the flex at the end there. But you know, Lucas steps up and puts it away. I'm speechless. I've got Alex stepping up.
Right, although the year 12s may not be able to get complete bragging rights, here is an opportunity for Alex to get some bragging rights over his brother Baron, we presume, who will not be able to take a penalty due to the injury sustained in the last moments of the game.
So Camillo looking to psych Alex out a little bit here. The longest run up by Alex.
And a very well taken penalty.
Great penalty. I believe that Camillo may have been about 6 yards off his line when the penalty was taken.
But ultimately down to Alex sending him the wrong way. You'd have expected a goalkeeper of Camillo's experience not to have fallen for that kind of trick.
So Klaas stepping up for the year 13s. Oh, I missed Ben Humphries' particular celebration then. I have to keep an eye out on it this time round. I think having the inexperience of Joachim in goal, is he a normal goalkeeper?
No.
Yeah, so I think the lack of experience in the goalkeeping department for the year 12s might well have a impact. All right, so Christian's stepping up. Camillo once more playing some mind games.
He's going to have to be careful, otherwise he could receive a card for this kind of behaviour.
Yeah, it's very true.
Ooh, Christian returning to type, but at least it hit the post this time.
Oh, I thought that was just the noise of hitting the fence behind, but okay.
They've all gone right to the left.
So Camillo not required to make a save. We've got Lauren stepping up now, and if I am not mistaken, he will belt this as hard as he possibly can.
Straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
And if I was Joachim, I would just try and get out of the way.
There we go.
That was either a goal or a fractured wrist.
So at this point, the year 12s really need to score, otherwise it is game over.
It's a decider.
And
Cobby,
the leadership of JJ has asked Cobby to take this deciding penalty.
Making our best bet from this league.
Does anybody know the origins of Cobby's nickname?
That's a good question.
I don't know, maybe that's something again, maybe something for the comment section. So Cobby.
And that's another good save by Camillo.
I'm not convinced that was the best penalty, but that means that the year 13s win on penalties and have bragging rights for this particular year.
I think although they do have bragging rights, there are question marks over their tactics with the goalkeeper change at the end and whether that was within the spirits of the game. But nobody can deny the results. 3-1 is the final result of the penalty shootout. That is a victory for the year 13s as they celebrate Been nice to see them, and now they start to make their way over to the year 12s for the sportsmanly gesture of congratulations and condolence. I'm going to take this opportunity to say I will be presenting Hadar with the rear of his boot. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Trimber. Pleasure as always.